Capricorn, welcome to your twin flame reading. If you don't resonate with twin flame, that's totally okay. It's just the experience that I'm in and the way that I use to explain what's happening as a label, because my human brain needs it. It is a general reading. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Some of it might be for you, some of it might be for someone else. You could be Capricorn, you could be watching for someone that's a Capricorn. I tend to read for the divine feminine and the divine masculine being the other person, but the energy is interchangeable and you'll know if it resonates because you'll feel it in your heart and soul. All right, so let's take a look at the current energy between the two of you. Very interesting, because we have deceit, but we have it in reverse. And I'm going to leave it in reverse because I feel like there's been some clarity around how you're feeling in here to what you're seeing on the outside. Feeling deceived by the 3D stuff, by the things you're seeing on social media, the things you're seeing in person, the things you're hearing from people, if you will. I don't know if I have my book. Oh, I do. Okay, I'm going to read sometimes I'm guided to read from the book. It doesn't happen very often with these cards. But deceit in reverse. Receiving this card puts you on notice that deceit of the past is over and about to end. Perhaps some enmity at work is being dissolved, or maybe a more open communication has developed in your personal life. Be assured that the negative and dishonest energy is on its way out, and take advantage of a new peaceful and open environment, one where you'll be able to forge more success and greater comfort. On a deeper level, this card is reversed, telling you that the period of self-deceit is over. You are now ready to see the abiding truth of your own value, power, and deserving. Yeah, so I feel like that's more of the energy of where you guys are at right now. It was just like, I felt like it was just this continual loop of self-sabotage for the two of you. But I feel like you had to go through those loops in order to wear down the exterior of what was blocking you from the truth. And so I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's a good thing, the energy between the two of you right now. You could feel more connected to their higher self. You could be connected to your own higher self. And for some, this is very few of you that are watching, but for some of the things you thought were deceitful are coming out. The truth is coming out about them, and they weren't what you thought they were. Whatever that might mean. All right, let's take a look at a past situation that provided healing and learning. Okay. All right, that one's full. Okay, so we have the Hermit. Okay, and then we have the Three of Swords come up with that, which tells me instantly that there was just some heartache that made you turn within, that sort of made you cut. This happens a lot. A lot of the past experiences happen to be people cutting other people off, but sometimes we have to do that to get right with ourselves here. I just want to see. Yeah. We have the Seven of Cups, emotional confusion. We have the Lover's card, which is a very twin flamey card, but going within and seeing yourself within. And then I have another one. I thought maybe that was it. Sorry, bless me. Okay. I guess that's it. I love that we have the 10 of Pentacles on the bottom. And then we had the Ace of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups. What I get from this is every time you experience heartache with this person, it forces you back within. It forces you to want a hermit, not talk to them, not talk to anybody. I feel like it caused so much emotional confusion that you had to look within yourself for the truth. I don't feel like this is just one time. Okay, I feel like this is multiple times. but each time, even though it's very similar situations, brings more clarity. Like I said, it's that circle, that pattern, that cycle that you keep going through, but every time you go through it, you expand a little bit more, and it's just how you go about things. I feel like, again, because there's mirroring, this happens with them too on some level. Anytime they've ghosted you or cut you off, it's because they're going within to figure themselves out. But every time it's brought a new development into your physical reality, and it's strengthened your hope. It's strengthened your understanding of self. Like, it's wishes fulfilled, the Nine of Cups, but this is more emotional fulfillment and understanding of self, okay? Which tells me that this is happening with them too. But, and again, if the feminine's experiencing something energetically, it manifests for the masculine in the physical. So every time, they've felt you cut them off, they've had to go within and do their own work. Do you know? I hope that helps you understand. Because even though some of you might continually want to connect or communicate in the physical with the other person, subconsciously there's this painful energy that's actually pushing them away. So they do exactly that, but it's forcing both of you to go within. Okay. All right, let's see how the connection is affecting you right now. Okay. Ooh, that's interesting. Very, very interesting, because the first thing that came up when this card came up, because it came up in reverse, we have the Three of Cups, which to me is community, friendship, sisterhood, brotherhood. But when I was shuffling, I heard masculine. I feel like for the feminine energy, I feel like you've gone through this process of realizing who you're vibrationally aligned with and who you're not. So I feel like it's almost like the masculine's turn. They're struggling with the people that they're around right now a little bit. Like, it's exhausting them to try and keep up, because it's vibrationally, they're not in alignment anymore. And there could be another level of that coming for you feminines, where you're like, I'm kind of I don't feel right with this person. There's nothing wrong with them. They're not saying anything that's making me feel bad about myself or whatever, but I just don't align with them. And that's, that's detachment that's happening on a whole other level. But I feel like very physically for the masculine, that's a huge thing right now. We have also the Devil in reverse, okay? Which is interesting, because this is the Capricorn card. But what I heard very clearly was release of attachment. And I don't mean detaching from the connection. It's just detaching from all those parameters that we put around the connection. Like, it's supposed to be something specific that everybody goes through. And I talked to one of my very dearest close friends, Breezy, today, and hopefully she'll watch this. Hey, Breezy. And, she had this epiphany. I think it's her Instagram handle is Wolves Within 44. I don't have it offhand. I have her on my list, but anyway, she's super connected and amazing. But we have this epiphany that we're trying to fit into what everybody else is going through in this journey, and it's making us feel like we're behind or something's wrong or whatever. But that's just showing us. But she's right. She's like, we're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole, and That's just not going to cut it. So I feel like there's just detachment around the expectations of what things are supposed to be like for you right now. And that's a really beautiful place to be in, because we have the Eight of Cups here as well, which I feel, and this came up, I think, for Sagittarius today on my Instagram feed. It's about walking beyond, honoring what has served you. And I feel like we talk about this a lot, Capricorn, with what has served you may no longer serve you. You may have to tweak it and adjust it based on where you're at right now. But following the tide, following what everybody else is doing may not be working for you in this moment. And I just feel like the connection has affected you in a way where you're learning more about your own unique vibration and your own personal vibration. And I think that's a great place to be in for the both of you, because that means that your masculine, if you're the feminine, that means your masculine is stepping into their own comfort and not wanting to fit in with everyone anymore, feel like they need to belong with everyone anymore. It was 11:11 when I said that, by the way. So I think that's a really great place to be. There's still lessons being learned. There's still blockages that need to be cleared. And we go through that in the extended version right after this. The information is in the description box below, but we talk about hidden factors in the connection, the blockage that's being removed right now, the lesson that's being learned, how they want to move forward with you. And again, I connect with their higher selves of the collective. So this isn't their physical self, okay? This is their higher self coming through. Which is still a part of them, but it's a part of them that doesn't have the strongholds of ego or all those low vibrational things that they were taught. Guidance on what you can do right now to continue on your journey, and hopes and intentions for the future. But right now we're going to get into some cards representing your person, okay? Well, there was too many. Can we just try this one more time? Let's just get one. Let's get one. Let's start with one. I want a definitive one. If we can have that describes your person right now. Very funny, guys. We have the devil. Okay, so we have Capricorn. They could have Capricorn in their chart. There's definitely a stubborn energy about them, whether they're Capricorn or not. We have Leo, Virgo. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the energy of somebody that wants to hang on, but also wants to let go. They're kind of in that flux right now, trying to figure themselves out. The back and forth. I don't want to stay here. It feels awful. I don't know anything else, so I don't know how to move forward, so I'm not going to move forward. I'm going to dig my heels in. And I feel like on some level, you can appreciate that this is probably on some level where you're at. And all it is awareness. There's no judgment here. It's just awareness, okay? All right, let's get one more card representing your person. The Lovers, okay? So we have Gemini. Gemini. And again, choices being made, okay? There's obviously something blocking the choices. There's obviously lessons that still need to be learned in this moment before the choice can be made and or acted on. There's a desire. There's such a desire to move forward, but there's still this stubbornness there where there's fear of moving forward, fear of, and it could be, and this just popped in, but it could be that there needs to be more of an appreciation of where you're at in the moment, being grateful for where you're at. Or reminding yourself how grateful you are, because your mind forgets when it starts going into the future, right? All right, what's on their mind right now? Yeah. Interestingly enough, we have the Three of Cups upright. So here we have the Three of Cups in reverse, okay? But here we have it upright. So this is friendship. This is kindred spirits. This is coming together. This is celebration. They want to connect. They want to connect, be able to truly connect with people. And they may be struggling with that right now. because the ways that they've always connected with other people is no longer serving them. Okay. Very interesting. All right, what is in their heart right now? So we have a twofer. We have Strength and the Eight of Swords. I feel in this case, in their heart, they know that they're holding themselves back. They're keeping themselves trapped. They feel trapped. They feel trapped by their emotions. They feel trapped by their circumstances. But I'm not sure yet if they're in a place where they can see. And I feel like with you going through this energy, feminines, of releasing your own expectations around things, that they too will release their expectations around things. But I just feel like in their heart space, there's a lot of this whole back and forth thing is very frustrating for them. Like, I feel the frustration, like, why am I doing this again? You know, why, like, every thought that you've thought, feminine, about your masculine being like, you know better, they've thought themselves tenfold. So I'm hearing very clearly that you need to stop judging them. You need to stop judging them and what they're doing, because it's not helping either one of you. It's holding you both back in a lot of ways. It's hard. This unconditional love thing is hard. Finding love and without condition for someone else. You know, you care about them. You want them to be healthy. You can see very clearly what's healthy for them. But they need to figure that out for themselves. And if you truly love them, you'll let them do that. Okay, how are they viewing you in the connection right now? We have the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like, again, and this is Virgo Libra energy, but yeah, we have the Emperor on the bottom and the Sun. Okay, so the Emperor on the bottom to me speaks about them being the divine masculine, but it's hard for them to step up in the physical with their confidence when energetically they're constantly being made to feel like they don't measure up. And it's not your job to do that, and I understand that, but just know that when you think those harsh thoughts, when you think those harsh feelings, or feel those harsh feelings towards them, they feel it. It becomes theirs because they're not awake enough to actually understand what these feelings mean. They just think it's themselves. They just shit on themselves. So I feel like there's, as you let go of this stuff and you start to look within your own self and start to be loving and encouraging towards them in an energetic level, you know, send them love, tell them, you know, I know you're struggling right now and I might not agree with what you do, but I love you. Because you do, they're the other half of you. And if you truly love yourself, there's no reason for you to not love them. Doesn't matter what you guys have been through. That's all human ego stuff to help purge the shit in your life, okay? So I know I'm always tough on you, Capricorn, but I just feel like you guys are the most responsible and you get it, okay? So I hope that this has helped. Again, the extended version, if you want to work through these things, there's always some guidance from Spirit on how to do that. Be your peace, love yourself, share your light. If it resonated, please like, share, comment, and or subscribe, and have an amazing day.